So I just want to explain this thing right here that I posted on my Instagram on the other day. Here we go. Firstly, I wrote down square root of 3 plus square root of 4 is not equal to square root of 7 because when we are adding square root numbers, we cannot just add the numbers on the inside and let's say this is equal to square root of 7. And the easiest way for me to convince you guys is that I will just change them to decimals. Square root of 3 is approximately 1.732, and then square root of 4 is exactly equal to 2. That looks like a square, but no, it's 2. And then I'll tell you square root of 7 is approximately 2.646. Yes, I wrote down the answer right here. You guys cannot see it, but I can. Anyways, if you add square root of 3 plus square root of 4, that means you're adding this and that together. This and that together is about 3.732. Of course, that's not the same as 2.646. So this right here should convince you guys that do not just add or subtract square root numbers and the numbers on the inside. Don't do that. You can combine radical numbers if you have the same radical. For example, if you have square root of 3 plus, let's say, square root of 12, you can break this down as square root of 4 times square root of 3. And then you can say that square root of 3 plus, this is a regular 2, and then multiply by square root of 3. This is like saying 1 square root of 3 plus 2 more. Altogether, you have 3 square root of 3. Yeah, this is fine. But do not just say, don't say this is equal to square root of 15. Just like what we saw earlier. Do not just add the numbers on the inside. Don't do that. Now, there's a second part though that I think is really nice. If you put these numbers on a right triangle, this right here is square root of 3. This right here, let's say square root of 4, and this right here is square root of 7, and this is actually legit. I think this is really cool. However, the reason that this works is because we are on a right triangle, which is satisfy the Pythagorean theorem. Let's call the hypotenuse C, and then let's say this side is A, and let's say this side is B. The Pythagorean theorem says we have A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So if you plug them in, A is square root of 3. If you square that, plus B is square root of 4, you square that, and I think we do end up with square root of 7 square. Because the beauty is square root cancel. So of course, 3 plus 4 is indeed equal to 7. Yeah, that's it.